Hey guys, we're out here at Kd Dragway testing. Billy's generous enough to put me in the 55 to try and do some true street runs. See what we can do in true street. I've not ever driven a big block Chevy, and this is a beautiful, beautiful car. So, a little nervous going into this. Can't thank Billy and the SRC family enough to get me back into racing on my cars now. So we're about to warm this thing up and go make a pass, first pass. So, I'm here to do some testing in this Jewel. Broke a rocker back in the out of the trailer. So found the rocker, found some rockers. Now just taking this side apart, make sure there's nothing going on over here too. Better safe than sorry. So hopefully the early struggles means a good ending. Bump, 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 bump. Hold that.
Media,
I guess.
Says for the day.
Different size. I didn't know they were two different sizes. It's like your
Different size.
No torque wrench. A good snug. About 26 foot-pounds worth of snug.
Yeah. Reference the torque spec off of another one.
Hell yeah. Trying.
A little bit of fuel out of the vent in the top because it was really full. CJ's bored in there. He's like, it didn't go on the bumper and trying. It's got swing outs. Yeah, forget.
Luxury life. Is that about normal?
Yeah, that's pretty good, especially for here. Let it go. 650. Fell apart really easy.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's something missing, but Tanner probably lost it the last time it broke.
But it's got to have something because it puts pressure on this thing right here, which pulls on that, and it don't take much at all to park that.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of clip or something with it. Shee!
Hang on to that motherfucker.
Right? Scoot the seat up on this. go. We got the K member set back in it. Bolted up. It's not tight, but it's in there and bolted. Looks like we may have a little bit of work to do right there. Windshield opening all back in right. The pillar here is pulled back. You see it had some rust on it, but everything's pretty much pulled back into shape and how it's supposed to be. Here's the quarter, which this was shoved all the way over underneath where the deck lid goes on. I'll have to rivet the back on, but it's pulled over there where it has a gap again, and got a little bit of work to do on the rest of it, as you can see. Dent in the roof right there, but hell of a job and a good bit of work getting this thing stretched back around. So, see the door gap, it's all looking good. There we go, making shit happen. Brandon Martin. Appreciate it.
More pieces to the puzzle.
Should be a whole pan gasket. Ta-da! Set that over there with a spare head gasket. I want some Jag stickers. Jag stickers, magazine.
Okay.
And some burnables.
So when you went up to Jags and you ordered that's when you met Billy, and that's how the 55 all came about?
Yeah, ran into Billy and Molly up there. I was just talking to him about it sucking, not having anything to race at these more local, bigger races, because I typically do good at these races. Not saying that I would this year, or it's a guaranteed thing, because racing's racing. I can go out first round at any race. But he had come up with the idea for me to possibly run the 55 in True Street, sorry. So I wasn't real sure about that. It's a beautiful car. Definitely the coolest thing that I have ever driven. And I wanted to talk it over with like the crew and talk it over with my people, and see if we thought it was a wise idea. So you see how that turned out. I did go make some test passes in it, and like, it's a fun car. So we're gonna try and give it a whirl this weekend, see how it goes.
Was this your first and only option to race? Do you want to talk about that?
No, I've had other options, and it was just not something that we was comfortable with at the time. Really was hoping to have my car back together a little sooner than what it's coming together. We do have some good people behind us, and pretty confident it's going to come together pretty quick once everything's in motion. The holdup has been me, and that is working man problems. I can't put it any other way. But I've been the holdup, otherwise the car would have already been a lot further along. So with everything considered, we should be able to get it together, I hope, pretty quick. And time will tell. We won't know until it actually happens. So yeah, I'm due to get it to the chassis shop this weekend. And it's going to Performance Works in Kentucky. Noah Hensley is who is going to work on the car.
Why not 10 Soldiers? Because everybody's going to ask.
But 10 Soldiers is really busy. They've got a lot of work going on in there, and he's not real big on taking other vehicles in. They're a lot more focused on the parts, more confidence in me than I do. So he will make me do it and talk me or walk me through it. That's how that would probably go.
And it's kind of hard to do with you working.
With me working and some of the stuff that needs done on it, I'm sure I could tackle it, but I think I would mess it up a few times before I got it. And I don't feel that we have time for me to mess stuff up. And I would have to buy tools to be able to do it with the tube work and everything. So it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to take it to somebody that knows what they're doing and can do the job and not have any worries.
So it's going to Kentucky this
Yeah,
weekend.
Kentucky Sunday.
And they're telling us we should have it back soon.
He's really optimistic on a time frame. He hasn't given me a set time of when it will be done, but he gave me a broad time of when it could be done. That way it covers him. I get it. But he said he's going to get on it ASAP, and he's got a real good plan of attack. So.
And then it's got to come back here, and the front end has to be rewired. Obviously,
I got to do wiring. Surprisingly, a lot of the wiring didn't get tore up. There's some wiring that got tore up, but a lot of it did not get hurt. I've got to do brake lines. There's a good bit of stuff and work that has to go into the front of the car. So,
my goal is arm drop revival to be there for that. That's my goal, but I think it's doable.
I don't want to take it anywhere that it's not ready for, though.
Yep, so that means we have to get it ready. We have to get it tested to make sure.
Testing's going to be a big thing, because when you wreck a car and you wreck it hard, I'm not 100% sure that it's going to even work. A lot of times whenever you wreck a car, depending on how it's hit, I guess, I don't know, I haven't been in that situation, but a lot of people's telling me that they won't work. So I'm hoping the car still works, and we'll go from there. We won't know until it's together.
As far as uncaged, do you think that you'll have an option to race there this year?
My car?
No, just an option to race.
I believe there's an option. We were offered an S10, honestly, and it's a rather stout S10 to race. And we had a pretty good meeting with everybody in the crew over it, and really come up with it wasn't the best idea to take a truck. It's a newly built truck, we'll just say vehicle. It's a newly built vehicle, a lot of good parts, and it's going to be competitive.
We just weren't sure we could do it justice in the timeline that we had to that car and not take focus away from our car.
Right.
So it's still an option.
It's still an option. I've thought a lot more about it here lately because I've been sitting idle, which I would have had the time to put into that. And with that, if it was sitting here, I would have had the time to put into it. We would have been able to test it, and I think we would have probably been in a different standpoint going into cash days. We'd have probably been running small tire. So I've got that going on. That's in my head. The backside of National Trails, that is an option. Like I said, the truck in the right hands with the right setup will be a competitive vehicle in small tire. So I don't know. We'll see what the future brings.
But we are going to Cash Days at the Hill at KD Dragway this weekend. We will be there Friday and Saturday. Racing starts at, I think, chip draws at 7. I think gates open at 11, but it's going to be hot. Let's face it, if you don't have to sit out in the heat longer than you want to, come on later on in the day. We will have merch set up there, and we will probably be somewhere near SRC since we are racing their car.
Yeah.